And we are live, hopefully. I need to make
Oh,
sure your audio is working because I had this problem last time. So I'm just
okay,
going
I can look it
to
up quick.
yeah, you could do that. You could do that too. I just have my handy little tablet next to me.
It still says will Blackout take the crown of best battle royal?
Really? I just goddamn changed the name right now too. Ugh,
The audio is working for both.
so you can hear yourself?
Yes.
Okay. What we need to do is we need to change the title. I
Please
literally
forgive us, guys. Technical issues at the moment on YouTube's part, but we're going to be sharing this, so the first 2 minutes is usually just us getting set up.
this was something I need to fix because for anybody who might have watched the video I did like after the Nintendo Direct. Oops, no Alexa, I do not need you right now.
Alexa, play Despacito, please.
No, play Skyrim. That's what you need to do.
Play Halo theme for 20 minutes.
Can you actually change the title while we do this?
Yeah, let me see if I can. Hold on, I'd have to log out and log back in. There it is.
But as I was saying, when we did the shut up. When we did the Nintendo Direct with my buddy Radical Reggie, who will be joining us for a future podcast pretty soon, it did not pick up his audio.
Oh, okay.
So we did a like 40-minute video without him. You not being able to hear him, which is sad. So I had to delete that video, sadly. So right now, Alan is fixing the title. Since it says
Game and Talk podcast, Nintendo Direct, and the weekly announcements, something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that works.
How about Nintendo Direct and more?
We could do that as well. And then this is really the first episode. As we go along, we'll be going.
Yeah, there's Capco.
So it added Capco. That's funny, but it didn't add anything else.
Okay, I got this. Capcom Super Smash Brothers Ultimate, Animal Crossing. Obviously, you have to add Civilization 6.
Board games.
Board game. I spell board as in board. Catan. Catan again.
Leave them some prizes of what we're gonna talk about, man. Don't give it all away because they're not gonna want to listen because they already know what we're gonna talk about.
We talk about the week.
We talk about. I wanted to make a black screen, but I didn't have time because today was just errands and yesterday was just insane for me.
It has been an insane week for everybody.
Well, I had work yesterday from 9 to 5. And then as I was coming home, I had to make a quick stop at GameStop to take something to my friend who works there. And funnily enough, a block away is Gallery Nucleus from that GameStop. And that's where they had the SpiderMan event. So he's like, hey, are you going to that SpiderMan event? I'm like, oh crap, that's today, isn't it? And I'm driving by and I just see like a massive line. I sent you the pictures.
Yeah.
And I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna go home. I'm tired. I'm ready to just knock out. I'm starving. I hadn't eaten since like 11:30.
Oof.
And I had to work that whole shift, and you know I was walking around, running around, doing whatever I needed to. So I'm like, I'm just gonna go home. I picked up some barbecue pork from like a Chinese market that's like right next a 99-cent, a 99 rand, not a 99-cent market, like right next to that GameStop. And I'm just like, I got barbecue pork. I got some fried rice. I'm gonna go home, eat, knock the hell out. Then Kyle was like, let's do the podcast tomorrow. And go to that Spider-Man thing. I'm like, okay, because I asked you guys, my fate's in your hands. Should I go and suffer, or should I just go home and let's do the podcast? And Kyle was like, no, let's do it tomorrow. Go check out the Spider-Man thing. Buy me stuff. I'm like, I'm not.
Oh, dude, he straight up just was like, go.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, I don't want to go because I don't want to spend any money. And I ended up spending money. But that Spider-Man event was pretty cool.
Oh, dude, I'm glad it was good. I always love the, like, That's why I'm kind of jealous of the people that get to live in Southern California, is because there's so many art galleries for so many games. I missed the Yakuza one, and the
That was
Yakuza
at
one
that
was the one
same
I
gallery.
wanted.
That was at the same gallery.
Nucleus, right?
Everything gaming is pretty much done at Nucleus. They had a Disney one not too long ago.
Yep.
I think
they did a Star vs. the Forces of Evil one, I think, over there too.
Yep, they've done. Let's see. They did the God of War Ascension, I think, one over there a couple years back. I think they did an Adventure Time one. No, it was a regular show, I believe.
Oh, Matt, I missed that one. Oh.
They do a lot.
I'll hitchhike over there.
Yeah, and then I've also done the Power Rangers one over there, but I spent all day today editing my photos from the My Hero Academia premiere, which was on Thursday.
Fun.
And then like a bunch of pictures from yesterday's event. The video is up on YouTube, so you can actually see all the prints, everything that was available for sale, all that stuff. But I'll have it written up, I think, tomorrow.
All right. Hold on. Sorry about that. I'm just trying to log in and.
Yeah, I just saw that you just shared it, so that's good.
I'm trying, man. I really can't wait to watch it when it comes out the 26th. What is it, My Hero Academia? Because I think it's playing 25th, 26th, and the 29th at my local theater. Currently, tickets are around 40 seats sold, and that's it, which is kind of surprising.
Really?
But then you got to remember that the bigger cinemaplexes, because it's playing at my theater. Our theater is 80 years old. It is the old unknown theater of the city. So everybody's going to the larger cineplexes, like
how far? Where's the closest, biggest one from you?
The closest biggest one is literally a 10-minute walk for me.
So there's 2 theaters playing it, 1 10-minute away.
There's 3 actually within a 30-minute drive of each other.
Okay.
We have Natomas, Arden, and Tower Theater in downtown. Downtown is the most unknown one at the moment. But so far, luckily, I'm going to be going to that one.
That's good. And then you get to watch both the English and the Japanese one, right?
Yep, exactly.
We already saw the Japanese one at Anime Expo.
I actually kind of want to see both, because the dubbed one's the first day, the second day's subbed.
Yeah.
But I really kind of want to just go for both, just to experience it with a bunch of people and family. So.
Were you happy about that audio clip I got you?
Oh, dude, I was ecstatic.
So for those who are just wondering what I'm talking about and just were like, what the hell is he talking about? Justin Briner, the voice of Deku, I actually interviewed him 2 years ago when he first got the role. After he just got the role. And this is his first anime series. So I just asked him, how's it been playing it for 2 years? And at the end, it's going to make some audio sounds because I have my tablet.
Don't worry. This is last second. There's no budget.
I just no budget. Yeah, I know there isn't. I got him to give a shout out to Alan and Kyle. So I just got him to say,
he was just like, "Hey Kyle, where you guys at?" Or "Hey Alan and Kyle, where you guys at?"
Hope you're having a plus ultra day.
I liked how at the end it just sounded like you gave him money to say that. He's like, "Okay, is that it? Cool. Okay."
I slipped him.
So like, I could secretly hear you. I was gonna say I could hear you secretly slipping him 100 real fast.
Yeah, you guys aren't worth $100
cool gesture,
for that.
So I appreciate it, man. That was really cool. I showed my little brother that, and he flipped out.
That's cool. All right, now let's get on to this week's recap of news.
This isn't the Nuke the Fridge podcast. This is not your mom's Nuke the Fridge. This is the weekly recap where we just did not have time for a 2-hour podcast to talk about random tangents.
Well, one of the main reasons I want to do this, and we're going to talk about it last, is the Nintendo Online service. We're saving that one for last.
Okay, so, I'll be sure to remember that. I'm interested in that.
They got to hear this. They got to hear us talk about it.
Trust me, you're going to enjoy this a lot more than the last podcast where it was just Joey and Andres arguing about a game that's barely relevant. Or I forgot what they were arguing out in the first place, to be honest. I don't remember.
But okay, let's start off with this.
Who cares? Past.
Let's start off with the nice news, the Nintendo Direct. We'll start off with that.
Okay, that sounds good. So we had the Nintendo Direct. If you've been living under a rock, you might have missed it. Nintendo delayed a Nintendo Direct from last week. They moved it up until Thursday.
But because of the earthquake, which makes complete sense.
Because of the earthquake. Yes, earthquake in Japan. So they moved it up Thursday. We got it, and boy, it was huge. That was the longest Direct I've seen in a long time.
But Did it impress you?
Yes, like almost like across the board. If you haven't checked it out yet, I have a video reaction that I randomly dropped, and it's got quite honestly my best reactions on there. Everything in there was a knockout.
Really?
It pleased every fan.
I was not impressed. I was kind of let down.
There's some things in there that I wish they kind of just dropped because they were just, I don't care about Civilization. The board game thing is not as
the board
big
game
as
thing is cool. And
it's a good concept. But the thing is, think about this. All the other cool concepts that are coming out too, like the manga reader, that wasn't announced during Direct. It was just dropped. So they obviously have a lot of faith in this concept of board games. Obviously, it's Nintendo. Nintendo's, novelty company originally.
Yeah, but I mean, they could have done so much more, but just this felt quite lackluster. All right, let's go. Luigi's Mansion 3 being announced. That I was happy about.
That was a shock. That
was cool. But it was just letting them know that it's in development. It's like what they did with Metroid. Hey,
I think
it's happening.
With these, I'm glad they were nice enough to give us like a good 30 seconds of footage, because from that 30 seconds I was able to, yes, Metroid's freaking. You got
29 seconds more than what Metroid showed.
Yep, exactly. You got PNG of Metroid versus 30 seconds of footage. I liked it because you could already tell what's happening there. Like there's a lot to really take in from it. Like you look at it, it's like, okay, he's in the lobby. There's a bunch of banners on the top you could barely see, but you can see that they're Xing out characters. There's Peach, Toad, Luigi, and Mario. So what does that mean? Is there going to be playable versions of these after the game, or are they currently in there and you have to find all 4 of them?
You might have to do that.
It brings a lot to be desired.
Yeah, but then it also comes into the other disappointment I had with them. Well, okay, that was the plus. And then you speaking of the 4 characters got me disappointed because it reminded me about new Super Mario Brothers Wii U for Switch, plus Peachette mode, plus Dante from Devil May Cry, featuring new Donkey Kong mode and Knuckles.
Don't knock Peachette.
Honestly, just them doing another Wii U release, kind of like sooner than anything.
Oh yeah,
doing like Donkey Kong.
Well, these are cheap and easy to make. You know what I mean? That's what just throw it out there into the ether real quick, make them a couple dollars real fast.
And we both know it's gonna sell. That's kind of, I guess, to say the disappointing part.
I'm shocked that it's got more views than Luigi's Mansion and the Animal Crossing news. Like, obviously, Nintendo knows what the seller is, and they're probably pushing that video more than anything. So I'm not surprised. It's easy to market. It's easy to sell. It's Mario, so it's obviously going to sell consoles like nothing.
Are we finally going to get like a newer Super Mario Brothers? Because we've seen new so many times in the last couple years.
I feel like we're not going to get it this year, but next year, probably towards the end of the year. I feel like we already got the defined 2019. We got the heavy hitters for 2019. We've got the Metroid. We got Animal Crossing. And we got a few others. Fire Emblem.
No, but I mean, just in general. I'm talking about Mario. Because we have new Super Mario Brothers for the DS. No. But I'm just saying newer. Because we had new Super Marios for the DS. New Super Mario Brothers for the Wii. New Super Mario Brothers for the Wii U. Plus Luigi. Now Switch plus Peachette. I mean, come on.
We're definitely going to get one, I feel, in 2020. I feel like this is just a precursor to another one. Because you already know it's a development. You already know it. They're already working on it.
You know what they're working on next, I'm sure? New Super Mario Brothers plus New Super Mario Brothers Wii U plus Peachette plus Toadie on the Android and iOS.
Oh yeah, I could see that happen. It's a touch game.
Yeah, I was just like, oh come on. Ugh.
Speaking of touch, though, we had a lot of 3DS news that I did not expect. We got a Kirby's Extra Epic Yarn coming to the 3DS next year. That's going to be fun. I actually didn't play the completion of Epic Yarn, but it was a fun game. I just couldn't get into it.
I'm just disappointed that nothing really stood out for Wii U. I mean, not Wii U, 3DS.
See, it's just the same things that I would expect from it. Like, I already saw Bowser's Inside Story. I already got to check it out at E3. We
already know they're remaking all the DS Mario and Luigi, the GBA and the DS Mario and Luigi games. So
yeah,
that's not a big surprise. So I guess did they do Partners in Time already? I just didn't even bother remembering.
I think they re-released that on the Wii U, and that's the farthest they've gone with it.
Okay, because I mean they already did the original, then I
They
think
did
they've
the
done.
baby one, or oh no, did they? Hold on.
I don't remember right now, just because honestly,
Winners
I'm not
in
gonna
Prime
replay those again.
3DS. Did they do it? Does Nintendo still? No, it's not a thing.
Okay, I'm just like, I'm not too impressed that they're just re-releasing those games and then adding a new mode,
Yeah.
which is just kind of like, make a new game, because I
Oh
mean,
yeah, I agree.
we
I
just
think
don't
they
need
did
like the
Superstar
same.
Saga. That's what it was.
Yeah, that was the first one.
And then they did, yeah, so that was the latest ones in one of those.
Yeah, I was just like, come on, there's
I'm
so
pretty
much
sure
I want. There's so much I still want to see from 3DS. This is probably its last year. I'm thinking like 2019 will probably be its swan song.
That's what I'm assuming. Depending on what they're going to be doing with the Switch at this point on marketing, it's a no-brainer. This thing's selling like hotcakes. It was the #1 seller in September for consoles. So of course they're going to move more focus towards that, but they don't want to kill their handheld device just yet. Even though I feel like this should have been, I wouldn't say should have been, but if they stopped producing 3DS titles 2 years ago at the very least, I would have still been happy because that
No,
game
I don't
that
want that to
system.
happen. I don't want that to happen. Why?
That system has the largest anthology of games I've seen in a long time.
But if Nintendo stops supporting that 3DS, that means third-party companies can't make games for them either.
That's very true. I mean, yeah.
That's why I
Vita's
don't
still
want it,
got
because
games coming out.
there's still like Atlas or still companies like X
Oh,
that's
dude,
still a developer.
PQ2.
Mhm.
You know,
But if Nintendo kills support, you can't get any more third-party games made for it.
that's very true. It will definitely alienate a lot of third parties who are more inclined to make system games for the 3DS.
Because it's still a good seller.
It's easy. Well, I wouldn't say it's easy. I don't know the process of making games, but I feel like it's easier to make one than a Switch game.
Well, no. It's easier to make it. I think it's easier to make it for Switch because you don't have to worry about the double screen, the touch. Well, so much as a double screen, the touch screen, one focus, and all that stuff. Because you have to kind of like set it up for double. Where this one you're just focusing on everything at once.
Nonetheless, I think the 3DS is definitely one of the, like, it could be underrated, it could be overrated, whatever, but you can't knock that it's one of the greatest consoles with one of the best libraries of games. Like, holy crap, there's so much for everything.
is absolutely amazing. Yes, tons of shovelware, which we can say about the Wii as well.
Well, every console has that, really, but you know, this one has a lot of standouts, and even better yet, a lot of the standouts are $20 now. You know what I mean? You get a lot of games for $20. That's a lot of bang for your buck. You get a system for like $80 now. You can keep yourself happy for like $200. You have like 10 games in the system.
Yeah, you can pick up a 3DS for about, like you said, $75, $80.
2DS, it's nuts. Cheaper. So I could see why they'd keep it, because it's still selling like hotcakes most likely, especially during the holiday season. We'll have to see. But you know, the numbers are still rolling in, so I don't see a need for them to end it just yet. But
I obviously believe Switch is where to go. It's just they need to still have some games for that.
Let's see. What else did we get? I think that was pretty much it towards the 3DS. We got a release date for Luigi's Mansion, October 12th for the 3DS, which I'm
makes
definitely
sense because of the Halloween.
Oh, dude, I really hope the next Luigi's Mansion's next October too, because Halloween is like my sacred season. We do everything in this apartment. We're going to be watching Hocus Pocus, the entirety of Stranger Things, playing some horror games, hopefully some VR horror videos coming out soon for this channel. Who knows, you know?
Yeah.
But we did get a lot of 3DS titles, which I didn't think we'd get in the Direct. And then they moved on to the Switch titles, which was 5 minutes into the Direct.
There was one thing on Switch I was really excited for, and it comes out, I think, it comes out on Tuesday.
Oh, what is it?
The Capcom Beat 'em Up bundle.
Oh, that was a shock. I was not expecting that.
7 games, and it's $20. They're $20 for all those games. It's only
20?
It's only $20.
I was expecting 40. I said that in the video. If it was 40, I would have been completely fine, probably, because those games are content-wise enough for me.
So, I don't remember the name of all 7 games. I wrote them on. I wrote the article on Nuke the Fridge, but it was Final Fight. It was Knights of the Round. It was Captain Commando.
Commando's big right now. They got a lot of art coming out for that right now too.
So here's the interesting thing. I think are you looking it up right now, or?
Yeah.
Okay. Captain Commando. These are all the arcade versions too, which is what makes me happy. But like Captain Commando, King Arthur, I think it was Knights of the Dragoon. I can't remember that one.
Let me check. I'm trying to find the name. Oh, here it is. Cool. Let's see. From the beginning, we got Final Fight, King of Dragons, Captain Commando, Knights of the Round, Warriors of Fate,
Okay, so
Armored
let's stop there.
Warriors.
Hold on. Stop there.
Okay.
Those first four, let's say, are all on the Super Nintendo, right?
Yes.
Captain Commando runs you almost $150. Final Fight is a $15 to $20 game.
They're pretty much rendering that collectible almost useless now. Just
King Arthur was, I think, another like $80, and King of Dragoons like another $70. But you're getting the
and then we got
perfect
some
arcade ports. Then,
my favorite is that we're getting these arcade titles, Armored Warriors, and one of my favorites, Battle Circuit.
You've played Battle Circuit?
Yes.
Okay, because those are both games that actually have not gotten home consoles releases. Or
basically, you're only inclined to play them. Yeah, you're only inclined to really play them arcade wise, or just watching people play them. It looks so good.
20 minutes after the direct, though, it was announced that these are coming to PC, Xbox One, and PS4 as well.
I did not know that. Okay,
yeah. So
that's interesting. But $20
on systems for $20.
$20, and it's online multiplayer for these beat 'em ups.
So
That's
right now,
nuts.
I'm debating if I'm gonna pick it up for the Switch or the PS4. I might get both, but because I like playing it on the go. But I want to play it on my PS4 too, because
I like playing it on PS4 because that's where I'm always plugged into.
Yeah, but that's still $20 is a good choice.
So we got that. That was really cool. And then speaking of some retro titles, oh no, not retro titles just yet. We'll save that for last.
Yeah. That's coming up because then it was, I think, the board game stuff.
Yeah, we got a bunch of board games coming via, I forgot what application it was, but they're giving games like Munchkin, Catan, Lord of the Rings, basically like Hearthstone-looking game.
Mm-hmm. No prices.
Looks,
no prices on those. That's going to be the interesting part.
I wonder how much they are, because you know how much Catan ran me, dude?
Oh, yeah, that can be super expensive with all the expansions.
One expansion costed me $70.
Yeah.
I played it once.
I worked at a store that sold board games, and I just saw how crazy those can be.
Oh yeah, Catan's fun though. I probably would get it for Switch, but the thing is, like I said, we got the conference table recently. We're probably just gonna put it on the table and just play the hell out of that.
Then we got the Nintendo Online service, right? Or what else did we miss?
Well, we got a couple more. We got the Final Fantasies.
I was saving that one for next.
Oh, okay.
Because I have a bit of a rant on that one.
Okay, then let's talk about Katamari Damacy.
That was a nice little surprise.
Just a big handshake and a freaking applause from Nintendo.
I don't know if that's a Switch exclusive, though.
I do not care if it's a Switch exclusive. The fact that it exists and it's coming to the Switch.
There's been rumors that, there's going to be a new Katamari, and it's called Reroll. And right now, we know it's coming to the Switch. It probably got announced for something else, because I'm not surprised if Namco Bandai tends to not have exclusives.
Yeah.
They put out everything on every system.
I'm happy nonetheless, because Katamari is definitely in my top 10 favorite games. I used to have the PlayStation Underground demo of it on PS2 that had like Jack X and stuff like that, and I would play the Katamari Damacy school level over and over and over again.
You heard that they're bringing Jack X to the PS4, right? Hello?
I'm sorry, say that again?
You heard that they're bringing Jack X to the PS4, right?
Don't test me.
I'm not joking, actually.
I don't know if that's good or bad, to be honest.
They're gonna bring all the Jack games to PS4.
That's right. I thought they already have.
They're bringing the rest of them, including Jack X. I think the only one they're not bringing is the last one they released. I forgot what that one was called.
Yeah, but that's cool. I'm glad Katamari's getting love, and I'm hoping from the sales of this, Nintendo and Konami,
Bandai Namco.
My bad. Why did I think? Oh,
I'm gonna fire you right now.
Sorry, I always thought it was a Konami game for some reason, but I'm glad it's Bandai, because Bandai, with that, Bandai's like the coolest.
Then we got Final Fantasies. Now.
Oh my gosh, too many.
Now here's the thing. So they're bringing Final Fantasy VII, Final Fantasy IX, Final Fantasy XX2,
10 and 12,
10, 10, 2, Final Fantasy 12, I forgot the name.
Zodiac Age.
The Zodiac Age.
Crystal Chronicles.
Well, we already knew about Crystal Chronicles.
Chocobo Everybody.
Yeah, Everybody, which is actually a port of the Chocobo's Dungeon for the Wii. and World of Final Fantasy with some.
I feel like that's the weakest one of all of them, surprisingly.
Which one?
But
World of Final Fantasy?
World of Final Fantasy, because you could just get it. I feel like you could go back to my reaction too. I even say it like I'm like super excited for all these, and I look at World of Final Fantasy. I'm like, this is more inclined for PlayStation, to be honest. This is the one game I wouldn't mind having on PlayStation than Switch.
Well, it is on PlayStation.
Yeah, it's already on PS4. It's like, why do I want to get it?
All of these games are on PlayStation and PC.
Oh, yeah.
So,
some of these, though, feel like they should have been. Like, that was the only one for me that was out of place. Every other game feels like it should be right.
I don't know. I
home
felt this is perfect for the Switch. Like, Final Fantasy VII, I'm not too surprised.
It was bound to happen.
I mean, Final Fantasy originally originated on Nintendo.
Yeah.
It's
9 shocked me.
Yeah, having all of those is nice, but at the same time, I'm not surprised with Square milking it. But, yes. I mean, it's not only coming to Nintendo, it's also going to the Xbox One.
Yeah. 9 was my first Final Fantasy ever, so I've got like an emotional attachment to it because I never finished it. I got up to like disc 2.
I know a lot of people are sad that they did not do Final Fantasy VIII.
Oh, dude, it's a split reaction, though. Some people saying 8 is trash. Some people saying 8 is regarded as one of the best. But
well, you get that all the time. Like, you get people who say Final Fantasy is overrated. You get this all the time. It is.
I feel like the one biggest issue I feel is there's no defined reason why it's not coming to the Switch.
There are 2 possible reasons. Which one is licensing issues, especially with Fei Wong, Eyes on Me. Since she's a Chinese singer, even though that should not make any difference, because after doing some research, her label is now owned by Sony.
Okay, so there should be no problem.
Yeah, the other reason is because Square Enix lost the original source code for Final Fantasy VIII, but I also find that one... No, but this is also something that happened with Kingdom Hearts. They lost
Kingdom Hearts happened, Spyro happened, a lot of games like that happened.
So they can reverse engineer it, they can do all that. So right now, there is no defined, but there have been speculation.
I mean, like, what was it? Toys for Bob specifically told us that, like, the reason why it took so long for Spyro is because the Spyro source code was just gone. You know? So it was gone in a move. So they had to reverse engineer it using whatever it was called, Spyro engine. They basically... made a game. They made a new engine to figure out the code, and that's really interesting. So hopefully, eventually, the reason why we didn't get 8 is hopefully because they're thinking about it in the future.
We'll see. They're focused on 7 right now, and honestly, if they were to make anything, remake anything else, remake 6.
I'm really expecting
8 or 9.
I was gonna say I'm really hoping for one of the SNES games to be remade at least.
Yeah.
6 would be interesting.
But World of Final Fantasy, I absolutely love. If you have not played it...
So it's good?
It's a good game.
I've heard mixed things. I've heard a lot of mixed things about it, that's why.
It's not your traditional Final Fantasy. It requires a little bit more work. It's a little different type of strategy game. But it is a lot of fun. I played it, I beat it, I reviewed it. If you own the original PlayStation 4 or PC release, you'll get all the... you'll get the new... game via an update.
That's awesome.
So I think in Japan, I don't remember what it was cost in Japan, but it was really cheap. So it's not too bad. You'll be able to just continue off, and really all we know that it adds right now is the ability to transform your characters into one of the heroes, as well as adding Noctis and Zack.
All right. See, I'm an incredibly large... I got friends on both sides that are like, this is a great idea for Final Fantasy because they're making games accessible to both people. Because I consider there's people that like... There's people that like the turn-based. There's people that like the turn-based kind of games, and there's people that like the action RPG elements. So I'm glad they're bringing Zodiac Age because that's my type of RPG, while they're bringing back 7 and 9 that are more turn-based.
I played Zodiac... I did not play the original Final Fantasy XII on PS2. I owned it.
Yes.
I did not like it. I played the Zodiac Age. I still did not like it so much, but I beat it.
I love 14, and when I look at 12, and I remember playing 12 for a minute, this felt like this was the direction that 12 was leading towards 14. So I kind of liked it. It was kind of like a beta version of 14.
Well, it also played off 11, but yeah.
Yeah. exactly. Oh, 11 did it too? I didn't even know that. Okay, whatever.
Well, 11 is the first one.
So that's enough Final Fantasy for us right here.
Yeah, we can skip that. And
Let's
then
get to the main event.
the disappointing event.
Yeah, let's talk about the Nintendo Switch Online.
Oh no, we're not done yet. we gotta talk about the really disappointing part.
Oh no, apples to oranges here. We might be arguing on this.
Yeah, we probably will. But Isabella coming to Smash Brothers.
I enjoyed / confused. At first, I thought it was an Echo Fighter, and it turns out it's an original.
If it's an Echo Fighter, I'm okay with that. Because
it's a brand new character.
But it's a brand new character. So I, unfortunately, this is just my opinion, you know, I feel it's a wasted slot.
I thought it was an Echo, and I would have been completely fine. But to be honest, I'm really like... I like the memes that are coming out of this,
yeah,
so I'm not really...
I don't mind the memes coming out of it, but I don't think... Okay, so I get why they included her, even though I kind of would have rather seen maybe Tom Nook. Tom Nook, I think, would have been a more interesting character.
That would have been funny.
Yeah, rather than Isabella.
Yeah.
But
I have no beef, though.
To promote a new Animal Crossing game, I can see this, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
But to me, it's a wasted space.
It's such
still could have Waluigi.
It's the oddest trailer that I've seen yet, you know?
It was funny because I saw the trailer, I'm like, oh crap, it's a new Animal Crossing. Yay! I was invited to Smash? Go to hell.
And then she goes, yeah, and then it's just, I like her moveset. She has a lot of, it's basically kind of recycled, I want to say recycled assets from Villager, but it's kind of like taking some of the moves and changing them around. So like, instead of spawning the tree, she spawns one of the, whatever they're called, to come out of the ground and just shoots up. That's going to be an interesting move. And then you got the dreaded stop sign. I think they just overplayed it in the direct, to be honest. That would have been funny if it just immediately stops anybody in its tracks.
Yeah, but I was just like, oh, come on. Of all the characters we could have, why? Why?
And then you got to remember, on the back of the box, there's a speculation that there's only 2 more original spaces left. Which is going to be interesting to see what's going to happen with that.
Goku
because
for Smash.
Goku is my boy, the Kakarot. I don't know really who would be. I'm still holding out for Geno. This is how much I'm holding out for Geno. That much. But
that much?
Yeah, the teeny tiny. But yeah, other than that, and then after that, we got the confirmation Animal Crossing. So,
which I like that Tom Nook part. That I thought was pretty interesting.
That was
funny. I feel happy for Isabella. Now I need to come back and make a village for like everybody who went camping and all that stuff. So I like how they did a little nod to the phone game, which I wonder if it's still very popular. I don't know.
With the camping and the smashing, well, there was an event that happened recently, so I'm assuming that it's doing somewhat well. I don't really can't imagine that many people really playing it because it's really very dull, in my opinion. The game kind of just loses the fun aspect after a while. It's no Pokemon Go, but it's definitely no stinker like I can't think of any terrible game. Mario Run.
Here we go.
That game was just
okay, now we'll go into no. Let's talk about one other thing quick before we bring down the mood.
Okay.
Marvel SpiderMan. Wait, are you beaten it yet? Have you beaten it?
Not yet.
Okay.
I am around 70% into the campaign, but I have been doing more of the side things. So I collected all the backpacks. I've collected all the
We don't want to spoil it for people who might have not beaten it right now. So.
I'm just saying. There's a lot of collectibles. You collect backpacks. There's secret spots to take pictures. There are landmarks to take pictures of, and it's a really large city. What's your takeaway from it so far? Did you have fun with it? Was there anything that felt like a chore?
Not really, because at the same time, you don't have to do them.
Nothing felt like a chore to me, dude. Nothing. Like I voluntarily never I did not like fast travel at all yet, even though one of the trophies is fast travel 6 times.
I did a lot of the fast traveling just so I can get a lot of that stuff to let's say at the end when you were talking about the secret photos.
Yeah.
I would just fast travel because at one point I just stopped. I was at like 48, and there's 50 photos, right? And I was just trying to find the last 2, and I was just like, all right, you know what, screw it. I just went to a FAQ. And I was like, fast travel to that location.
I literally, I got into all of them, and I went to 49, and I was like, oh no, I missed one. Oh no. I had to go back through all of them just to figure out which one.
But
It was the biggest pain.
I absolutely love that game, and I actually was
That
telling
game
the
is.
Insomniac guys yesterday, you guys did an amazing job on the
It was.
art,
Oh
on the
my
characters,
god.
everything.
That game of the year so far, like game of the year.
I wouldn't give
Like
it Game of the Year. I give it a
I can't put any
top there,
difference.
but let's say it doesn't compare to like God of War for me in a different aspect, where that
God
one
of War
had,
was a lot more cinema, like it was thematically perfect to me.
but the action sequences were perfect. This like I love the story in SpiderMan. God of War had just a good story as well. I
I
did not
think
get I did not get bored in either of these games. I'll say that, no matter what. But
they
just
definitely tweaked the combat in God of War where it felt a lot more fluid and more fun. Because I remember in the last games, you just mash a button, you're pretty
mhm.
much done. In Spider-Man, I forgot who said it specifically. I think it was somebody said it was like a Nintendo game where it's easy to pick up, harder to master. That is the game that you want, you know? And to me, so far, I think the gameplay aspect of Spider-Man takes out the story, like the larger part of God of War, which is the story. So it's going to be fun to see who votes for who in the upcoming midterms.
Yeah, the one thing I'll say about Spider-Man without like spoiling for anybody, that in like that first hour, that intro was spectacular.
Oh, yeah.
All I'm gonna say. So Spider-Man, a game to pick up. I'm finishing up Dragon Quest XI. It's been an insane busy week for us
Oh my
with so
gosh,
many
dude, I'm on
different
5
reviews.
games right now.
Well, you're finishing up Fire Pro Wrestling Review. I have to finish Dragon Quest XI. Then I'm gonna start 428 from Spike Chunsoft.
Oh, sweet, Spike's good. I have the Call of Duty beta, which I will say this before anything for the impressions, early impressions here, not that great. It is an incredibly inventive title, but there's so many things that plague the game that I feel like it doesn't bring out the best in it. But it could. It's a beta. You've got things like the map is great. You have zombie area where there's actual zombies chasing you and stuff like that. The sounds effects comes from the original zombies. But the thing is, there's so many drops that like if you go into like the asylum is a zombie place. It's just items just thrown all over the ground instead of like specific areas where it's like, okay, I know where to look. These are just like, okay, there's a backpack over here. There's this. Sometimes I'll go into an area. There's not even a weapon. There's just like 40 med kits and like 3 backpacks. And I'll be like, why? So it's just basically the RNG. And then what else? PC version is completely broken. PS4 version's fun. I tried to play the open beta on PC and it's garbage. It does not run at any level optimal. So there's that. Trials Fusion. I might be repping the Ubisoft, but at the same time, that the beta's broken, guys. Beta's broken. Please fix it. I can't play it because there's a ghost that you have to beat. But the thing is, he's suicidal. He kills himself like halfway through the level and immediately says contract failed. And the only way to progress through the game is to beat that one ghost. You can't. And they tell me, go do this, restart the game, restart the cache of the internet. Nothing works. Sorry, guys. Go fix it, please, so I could actually get a good impression here. Spider-Man I'm finishing up. World of Warcraft I just started. And hopefully
You're only
Joey
like a decade and a half too late.
a little bit. And then Transference, hopefully, if everything pans out perfectly, because Ubisoft does a good job. And I've been waiting for Transference for so long. So expect some video playthroughs of that, hopefully.
All right, cool. All right, now let's get to, I guess we'll
Now
call
that's
this
all the way.
now we'll bring down the mood. We're going to call this the biggest part of the news segment, I guess you can say. Alan, after we're done, I want you to split this and just make this part a separate part. It'll be still
A separate
part of the
video on its own, right?
But yeah, it'll be a separate video on its own because now we're going to talk about. You want to say it, or do you want me to say it?
We're going to break it down for you guys, and we're going to be talking about Nintendo Switch Online. Now, we wish we had everybody else here present. We tried, but we failed. So this is the moment where me and Chris kind of rip each other apart like a pack of hyenas attacking a rabbit. So apparently, I did not know this. I feel like I'm ambushed. You're have ambushed. Differing opinions, I'm guessing.
Oh, a different opinion from you?
I never said any opinions, so we don't know yet.
Okay,
But
so
Nintendo Switch Online was kind of revealed,
well,
and we
we've
got
known about it for some time.
oh yeah, well details. We got some further details, including the exact release date. I think September 18th.
Yep, it's coming on Tuesday.
We got to get that family plan going, by the way. But they hyped up some of the stuff. But you got to remember, this is the most simple thing to set up, and it's ridiculously easy to say your $20 is going to this. Their job is as simple as just turning on a computer.
So we've had what? How long has the Switch been out? About a year now.
It's been a year and a half, yes.
Yeah, it's been a year and a half. So we've gotten free internet, like free online game service compared to like PlayStation 4 and Xbox One.
And it's been a real blessing. It's been a real blessing, and it's been really nice that they gave us that, because they've been telling us Nintendo Switch Online is a thing since the beginning, but they keep delaying it for some reason. So hopefully, you know, for us fans, we've all been hoping maybe it's because they're adding some new implementations.
Well, no, it's because,
features.
in my opinion, it's because they didn't have enough reason to warrant it. I mean, how many online games do we have right now? Mario Kart 8.
Well, the intended idea was fall 2017.
Yeah, but they had nothing.
They only had 3 or 4 games. Yeah, they had Street Fighter, Mario Kart,
Splatoon.
That's it. Splatoon. And then maybe some smaller ones.
Okay,
but that's
but
about
I mean,
it.
At this point right now, we have Mario Kart 8, we have Splatoon 2, we have Street Fighter, but again, you can play that on anything else.
We have 2 separate Street Fighters, if you want to go with it now.
Yeah, if you want to go with that, but let's say we're just calling it one Street Fighter because you have to buy the collection anyway.
Yes.
And you have Mario Tennis.
You have ARMS.
ARMS, yeah, I almost forgot that.
What else? Some other ones in there somewhere.
Really? I can't think of anything else.
There's a lot of smaller ones, if I remember correctly. There's a couple online ones, like Battle Chasers, I think, or something like that. Not Battle Chasers, my bad. God, Brawl Out. Brawl Out's an online one. And we have a few other small ones that go under the radar.
But I'm gonna talk about, let's say, bigger titles that don't also have a Steam release.
Yes.
Because you could play some of those on Steam for free.
Oh yeah.
After buying them, but you need a certain amount of games to warrant us paying $20. Now we have that, a little bit more, and we'll have that more when Smash comes out in December. But at this point, I never felt I need to spend $20 to play these games online. I don't own Mario Tennis Aces. I do have Mario Kart 8, and I play that one online, but that's it. That's just my opinion. So it needs enough extras to warrant me wanting to pay $20.
Oh, I completely agree.
We still have no voice chat.
That's the stinker. That's the stinker that's rubbing a lot of people wrong. Who uses the phone app? Now, I understand from a certain very vocal, tall man, bearded or not, who's to say? He has been really adamant about Defenders and saying that whoever should defend it should have a Switch broken, and I feel that's a little bit too far on that. I feel that
if you want to pay me, $300, you can break it and I'll buy another one. But
it's the same thing with people burning Nikes. You know what I mean? Not really.
They're willingly though. This guy's saying that you should break your own.
Yeah, I feel this is kind of warranted. The defense, not really. That's the thing. I feel like a lot of people should go against Nintendo. So not go against, but at least say, hey, this is not the right way. This is not the history that you want to go down. Because think about it. What do you think would happen if PlayStation or Xbox implemented a phone app that you have to keep on the app just to continue talking to somebody? You know what? Somebody's invented that already. It's called Skype. It's called Discord. It's called Google Hangout, where we're literally live right now on.
Yep.
Why do they think that a dedicated platform is the best way to be like, hey guys, $20 a year, and that gets you the application?
I mean, the Switch still doesn't have the ability to use a wireless headset unless you go buy a third-party adapter. Something that
apparently Fortnite works for chatting though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and Fortnite is not even going to count with the Nintendo Switch Online. So if anybody's thinking, okay, I need the Nintendo Switch Online to play Fortnite, I need it to play Paladins, you don't. Which is great. Which is a great idea for both of them because that already happens on the other consoles.
Then we also have the cloud feature. You know, the thing that's
Oh,
gotten everybody up in arms.
how did strike two? We're at strike two here.
I mean, okay. According to Nintendo, not every game is going to be able to be saved on the cloud. Why is that? Because they're saying that people can cheat. That, hey, you know what? I'm going to move my copy of
Splatoon 2 is a game that does not allow cloud features.
Yep. Why?
And that's
Because
kind
they're
of irks me because there's so many people that play it.
yeah. But now let's say this is the one thing I hate about the Switch. There's no way to back up your save. So if let's say I go to an event, a convention, and somehow somebody steals my Switch.
Yes. Some furry just runs off with your Switch, yifts your Switch. He's gone. You're never seeing it again.
There goes everything. There goes all my saves. There goes all my stuff. And hey, you know when the service comes out, there'll be certain games that I can back up. But my Splatoon 2, that's gone forever. And why can't I save it? Because I might upload it to the cloud, download it somehow, edit the code, and have an overpowered inkling that looks like Tupac or Biggie.
We already have this situation happening I wouldn't say quite frequently, but very frequently. I've seen it across the board where I've run into some sort of hacking. And it seems like Nintendo's not really doing as much as they could to track these down. Granted, they're a large company. Large companies take a minute.
No. Don't even. We can't even go. You can't even say that. Why? Because hey, Pokemon, that has an ability to read if any of your moves, any of your things are edited, you're automatically removed from online play. This is something they've done for some time now.
Did not know that.
Yep. You could if you go online. If you actually look up Pokemon, and I think it started with when it started going online. If you make any changes, like a move change or certain EV changes, the game will notice the code has been changed.
That's interesting. So it has a refresh feature.
And it will ban you from online play.
That's awesome.
Just like if you mod your Nintendo 3DS, your Switch, and Nintendo can read if you've done certain mods through the code or anything, you're automatically banned from online.
That's interesting. See,
so Nintendo has the ability. Sorry, I'm just gonna finish this. Nintendo has the ability to detect this stuff.
Yeah, see, I couldn't say it better myself. They already have they could utilize the other technology from other apps, but for some reason, this is the one game that they can't. This is just the one, can't touch this one.
You know what's funny?
Can't touch that one.
You know what's funny? Remember Xbox 360, Microsoft was able to tell if you had modded your Xbox by your power source. So if your power source... I forgot how it works. I have to re-look it up because this is something they did a long time ago. If you had modded your Xbox 360, it gave a different energy. It charged than normal. Yeah. And it would detect it, send it to online, and guess what? Your Xbox 360 was banned. This stuff is completely possible. And you know what? I get that they don't want people touching certain code, but at the same time, people are already doing that one way or another. Oh, yeah. I just want to be able to, if something happens to my Switch, it stops working one day, certain online games, I'm not going to be able to ever get those saves again. When I lost my PlayStation 3 years ago, like it just stopped working, I lost so many saves. All my PlayStation 2 saves, I had it all backed up there. All my PlayStation 3 RPGs, all backed up there. And this was just before PlayStation Plus really took off. You know how sad and disappointing that is?
Very.
Where you lose hundreds, if not thousands, of hours of your gameplay?
Oh, dude, I bet. I'm not even into dozens of hours into gameplay, and I'd feel disappointed if I lost at least one game.
Yeah. And this was games that back up to my PS1 and PS2 days.
Yeah.
So, it just sucks that you're not able to do that. Nintendo is just like, well, you know what? Here's what you get.
Nintendo's always had a knack of ignoring future technology or even present technology in the hopes that they're different. They always do that. You know what I mean? Like the Wii. Hey, let's have can we have a modern graphic chips? No. We're going to use Nintendo 64 graphics chips. We're just going to have motion controls. You're going to buy it because it's motion controls.
It's GameCube. Two GameCubes together, remember? not 64.
It's just two smashed ones. They just put it through a compressor, and they're like, oh, it looks like a console. You know, it's basically that.
I don't fault Nintendo for a lot of their stuff. They try to innovate in certain ways that where
It's
heck,
a hit and miss.
it doesn't have to be the most powerful thing as long as it's fun. The Switch is not the most amazing capable thing, but it's great because you've got great games on it. You've got the ability to take it home, do all that. But you know what? Still give people what they want. Now everybody's got wireless Bluetooth headsets. Let me sync it to my Switch. Let me not have to buy a dongle, and if I need to charge it, I have to choose one or the other.
You have to get a headset to the dongle, and then you have to plug it into the Switch, and then hopefully, or not even the Switch, you have to plug it into your Switch and your phone.
Yeah.
What even? Who thought of this? Who's getting the raise here?
So I know I want to call this episode the Nintendo Online Service is not okay.
Okay, I'll definitely put that on the thumbnail.
Because,
but
yeah, in my opinion, it's not. It's okay. People are saying it's good. I think it's okay.
It's subpar to me. I think it's subpar from what we would expect from a company that is always ran as third place. You know what I mean? They always put them as Xbox and PlayStation with Nintendo. You know, that kind of thing. This is not a war anymore. We're not at a war.
Xbox One. I'm sorry, Nintendo's number 2 in my book.
So Xbox One is number 1?
Yeah, you wish.
Let's not.
I mean, I'm not trying to be mean to Xbox One.
No,
I have a Microsoft. I have an Xbox One, but the thing is, I haven't turned that thing on in about a year and a half.
But here's the thing: they get the online right, and that's what sucks because. I always considered, and I feel like a lot of casual individuals consider PlayStation and Xbox always the two to go because of the graphical capabilities, and then Nintendo always doing innovating stuff. They're in a league of their own, usually on the side, always typically the number 3 company. I'm not saying number 3 as in 1, 2, 3. I'm saying as in they are the third company outside of the battle. So, like, when you look at it, it's like, okay, these two guys are just like, if one goes, hey, we're going to do free games, the other one's going to go, like, we're going to have 2 free games. And we're currently at the point where PlayStation's giving away, like, 4 free games. So, like, Xbox is going crazy with that Game Pass. Nintendo...
I mean, Game Pass is a great thing.
Game Pass is amazing. Did you see the monthly thing that they're doing now? You could rent an Xbox One, and they will give you Xbox Gold and Game Pass as long as you're renting it. That's nuts.
It's buy to own. It's pretty much paying for your cell phone.
Yeah. So, well, as long as you're paying for a month to get the Game Pass.
Yeah, like 30 to something bucks. It's just exactly like your payment. But no, here's the thing though. Depending on which version of the system you get, you're paying more. Honestly, you're saving maybe about 30 bucks.
I still think it's better to pay in quantities monthly than it is to just buy it whole, and I think that's my favorite pickup point because you could just have a family of like 4, chip in money, you get a console. But I'm more or less with what I'm saying here is that like they're one-upping each other with content.
Yeah, but if you miss a payment, you're paying I think like a $75 fee.
Oh yeah.
So you're gonna eat it if you mess up.
Oh, so don't mess up. That's the line of this story. But they're one-upping each other, and I like that. But then Nintendo comes in with this Nintendo Switch Online. Everybody's like, okay, this is going to be the moment where Nintendo goes, hey, watch this. But so far we're watching, and a lot of people are unimpressed. My favorite thing was the solid gold question block that just is like rotated, and the like special offers will happen once in a while. And I'm like, oh, cool, 20% off of Sonic Forces.
I mean, the most interesting thing about that, in a sense, is the free NES games.
There's a lot of good ones. I will say that.
But it's also, most of them, not all, thank God, because most of it at the beginning were all games that were on the NES Classic.
Apparently some are going to be added really sporadically throughout the month. Like, there's only going to be there's going to be the first 10 or 20 on the first week that it comes out. And then we're only going to get like 2 new games a month, which isn't bad. But at the same time, that's bad-ish. You know what I mean? Like a lot of these games are kind of, you can play, but you're not really going to play them. You know, pro wrestling, fun, cool. I'll play that for a second. But God, you do not expect me to play like 20 hours of that when there's other games already available.
I mean, it's a nice little nostalgia thing for those who want to. I mean, honestly, not everybody's going to play the NES games.
Mario 3. I will play the crap out of Mario 3.
No, but I'm just saying, for let's say you and me who like retro games, we're gonna play them. But there's gonna be people who are just gonna be like, whatever.
What I'm expecting, one, I was really excited for Bomber Jacks. Bomber Jacks not coming until Smash Brothers comes out. That's the crazy thing. I was kind of upset about that. But I'm expecting this to grow out to probably 2 games per month. And then next E3, they'll probably announce that Super Nintendo games are going to be coming around this time.
Game Boy
and then there's going to be, and then the Super Nintendo controllers will be the NES controllers that they announced this week. So they announced a bundle of 2 NES controllers, wireless, that you could plug in to the Nintendo Switch.
You don't have to plug them in. Yeah, you don't plug them in. They're wireless. You can charge.
You can charge. Yeah, the wireless charge. You could use them as the controller. I was really hyped because I was like, please click those into the side. They clicked into the side, but don't think you could use those as controllers.
No, you can't. They already announced. But the only thing that kind of sucks is they're $60.
They're I feel like that's not too much. Particularly, I'm looking into the sense of my mom loves that console. This is a family nostalgia thing. Moms and dads are going to look at this because my mom looked at it and she loved it. You know, she loves Super Nintendo. She loves NES.
Okay, hold on.
She loves Donkey Kong.
We're paying $70
Too much
for this.
Too much.
For 2 of these, we're paying $70. For one, it's $50 by itself. An NES controller is super, super cheap to make. You can buy a used one for $10, but yet we're paying $30 a piece because Nintendo so deems so.
If anything,
but you can play it like this.
Go get the 8-bit Do controller plug-in that you could get. It's a Bluetooth adapter.
It's like
you
15,
just plug in. Yeah, it's like $15. Go get it. It's 8-bit Do. You don't have to pay $60. You go get 8-bit Do. You go get their 8-bit Do controllers that you can find at Fry's. You can find them online, Amazon, everywhere, really. You get one of those. That will run you probably around 30 to 40, but it feels better. That's what I think.
I'm just kind of sad that that's a little overpriced. I think they should have done maybe $40 to $50.
I expect the Super Nintendo controllers though next year around this time. That's the thing. That's what I expect next year. We're gonna probably get not 20 Super Nintendo games, but probably maybe the lineup for the Super Nintendo Classic games most likely. It needs to be a
little more original. That's all I can say. The one thing I think they should really, really add, just to make it quite interesting, is Earthbound Beginnings.
Yes, that's a good point. That's a really good point. I bet you that's probably going to be shit. What do you think? I would like to think that's probably going to be dropped on like E3 day, like after the direct. Like more NES games are coming to the Nintendo Switch right today.
We'll see. My guess is they're also going to gauge interest on how that does, and from there probably go from that.
Oh yeah, I forgot what it was called.
What are you looking for?
What's it called? The original horror game that Capcom made back in NES.
Sweet Home?
Yeah, Sweet Home. I feel like that'd be kind of cool if they brought that out.
They never translated it, so probably not. I'm just thinking.
Well, there is a translated version online though. That's what sucks. I hate when fans do it because Nintendo's like, we'll never pick it up.
Oh no, trust me, I know. I know exactly what you're thinking too.
So see, we're thinking ahead of Nintendo here, which sucks because when you think ahead, you have these expectations in mind. Nintendo will always break your expectations. Luckily for this Direct, I feel like it didn't break too many of my expectations. Actually, it broke my expectations because I saw Katamari. That's it. Wow, you have a cartridge of it.
You fan translation, but yeah.
You nerd.
Oh yeah. I got this one a couple years, like I think a year back for like free.
That's awesome, man.
It was in a lot I bought, and I was like, oh hey, there's a copy of Sweet Home. I never heard of it.
I have specifically the only Japanese cartridge I have is Takeshi's Challenge, I think.
But that's somewhere. Yeah. But just so you know, that one's a fan translation card.
Yeah.
So it's in English.
That's awesome, though.
Oh yeah. So you said Sweet Home. I was like, oh, I have that.
Sweet Home's great. I don't know why they wouldn't do something fun like that. You know what I mean? Like with this NES, they got to take full advantage. If not, you're just dropping ROMs into a console and expecting people to pay $35, up to $35 a year, just to play games you could just immediately do on there. But there's a reason why Cool ROMs doesn't exist anymore. Pretty much all the NES games are gone off of that.
Mm-hmm.
So the competition isn't there really, or at least it's underground now. Specifically for this moment, where Nintendo will make money off of just opening up a server.
But the one thing I have heard, and this is unverified, that the Nintendo Switch will actually require you to
weekly checks, right?
Yep.
Yep. Weekly check-ins are reportedly mandatory to keep your Nintendo Switch Online service, and as well as if you lose your Nintendo Switch Online service, your cloud stored save will be gone. What the hell?
No.
What the hell, Nintendo? If this is true, why? Why though?
I don't know, honestly. Like, there was one point in time where I did not have a PSN Plus account for 5 months. I
Yeah.
reactivated and everything was right back.
Yeah, Nintendo Switch. Nintendo seems to always shoot themselves in the foot, and although we haven't seen them do that in such a long time, Joey would argue that the entirety of 2018 is them shooting in the foot, but we have Smash Brothers, so his opinion is invalid to me right now.
I mean, not one thing out of 11 months is still bad 11 months.
Oh yeah, I completely agree. The 11 months there has not been really kind to the Nintendo Switch. The only time I've been playing it was Fortnite. So yeah, there has been a problem of content on the Nintendo Switch, but usage has been pretty much up because it's still got Hulu.
I will disagree with that. Like, I'm just saying that whole one good month out of 1 year is still 11 bad months. But I'll disagree. I love the Switch because I spent a lot of time on Octopath Traveler.
I put a good 60 hours into Fortnite too. I'm not gonna lie. I put $40 into that game.
I put so much time into Octopath Traveler. Such an amazing game.
So it goes to show, and it's a testament to the year could be terrible for a console, but there's always that one game that makes it up for everybody, or one service, or one good little detail that they had that could probably make a year. So far, the Nintendo Switch Online is not looking to be that one thing.
Well, this just reminds me of the 3DS when it first came out. You know, they launched it, and that was terrible. But after a lot of complaints, all that stuff, they had to listen because, hey, you know what? If they want our $20 a year, even though they'll have us locked down for a year, they need to keep us interested. And I'll give them this year to work it. By E3, they should have a lot more things noted.
I'm hoping to see more than 20 games at the least, probably maybe 50. If not, they're being very stingy with their games, and I will not appreciate that. And I don't want to do business with somebody that does not offer the right content. Because you go to PlayStation, they're offering what, Destiny 2 right now for free. You go to Xbox, and they offer like 100 games for like $10. And then you got a Nintendo who says, "Hey, you have to be online, but we'll let you play Super Mario 3." Yeah. Why even? Why should I put my business into that, or my money, my hard-earned money into that? Promotional things, the special Golden Block, last thing I should say. The Golden Block, I'm hoping it's a free game. I'm hoping they're making some sort of thing with like an indie creator, and they're like, okay, this game will be free this month. Instead of, hey, you get 10% off. Hey, you get 20 cents off. That's not going to...
I want that thing to open, and it's like, here's Mother 3.
That'd be great. They would, I don't know what. Imagine it's just themes. Oh, people would just go nuts. In good or bad ways. We don't know. There's two sides to every conversation.
They sold themes on the 3DS.
So if there's anything, if you have your opinion, if any, you watching, leave them down below and we'll definitely read them. Because I really want to know what people think about this. I genuinely want to know if they're a fan of this online service, if they're a fan of the NES coming out with like 2 games a month kind of thing, or if they think they're just getting robbed or with the online app. I don't like that.
You know, I'm going to say this. It's not bad for $20.
It's not. It's a good deal.
It's
but
just not anything like I need to throw my $20 down for.
It's nothing I want to throw my $20 down. It's just like, okay, I guess since you're telling me it's not much, so here's my money. I should be like, wow, seriously? 25 and that's it? 35 and that's it? No, we don't get that. Which kind of is a little bit of a, I wouldn't say slap, but it's a little bit of a disappointment, and it does hurt a little bit.
Right? Yeah, my thoughts on this is, hey, if you're going to have me pay, I mean, honestly, it's like, it's so cheap. $20 a year is very cheap, honestly. It's a season pass, but it's still $20 that I could put towards something else. I want to see enough. It doesn't have to be the most amazing thing, but make it worth it to me. Give me things that I want. Cause hey, I already own an NES Classic. I already own tons of original NES and Super NES cards. I'm gonna order a Polymega, which lets me play like my. I don't know if you've heard of the Polymega. It's a $250 system with different attachments that let you play different things, but each attachment
Yeah, it's
costs
kind of like
$50.
the Retron, right?
A better version of the Retron, a way better version
Okay,
of the
so it's a
Retron.
better Retron. Okay, thank you for letting me know. I didn't know there
But
was a
I'm
competition to
buying the
it.
base. I'm buying the base system, which is $250. Right off the bat, it plays Sega Saturn, PlayStation 1, Sega CD, uh, TurboGrafx CD games. Like
Yes.
right out of the box. You know what? Originally I wasn't gonna get it, but then hey, you know what? I have something to play my PS1 games, my Saturn, my Sega CD, my TurboGrafx CD, both regions, without ever having to pull out the other systems. Now, if I want the other attachments, they're $50 a pop. So if I want an NES, Super Nintendo, all that, you know what? The attachments don't make me want the extra. I don't have to buy the extra attachments. It's the base model that and Neo Geo CD. That is
Oh,
enough.
okay.
That is enough
Ooh,
to make me go, you know what?
that
Here's my
got me
money.
right there.
Yeah. But right now, that $20 extra to the $300 system I spent, not enough for me.
Yeah, I agree. I completely agree.
And you know what? People can say,
It could
like,
be entitled. It could come off as entitled, where we just, hey, oh man, free games. I hate that. No, they're charging us for literally. It's the same situation. I get mad at other companies for charging for online. You're not really doing anything, you know. Like, what is the point of online? You get servers, dedicated servers, but these dedicated servers are almost useless. They cost almost nothing. They take up a garage, and that's how big it is. The largest it is just a garage full of computer systems that just relay your computer. That's it. Or, you know what I mean?
but they're not using high-end servers for any of this stuff.
They're not.
This is
This
not gonna
is,
be the same as like a Call of Duty server.
you ever watch Silicon Valley? It's literally just the garage from Silicon Valley.
No, I know, but I mean, a lot of these servers do take a lot of money to keep running. The Destiny servers, the Call of Duty servers, all that stuff. But I don't see a Nintendo
See, if we
server.
got those, yeah, I was gonna say, if I could see those are the ones I would expect the service to be necessary for. We are not getting really anything. The only thing I could expect for the online service that would probably take up a little bit of a load would be Smash Brothers and NBA and FIFA. Those are the only three. Everything else is child's play when it comes to like servers. That's
But
it.
most people are gonna play Smash Brothers locally.
Oh, dude, you know how bad? Okay, let me get close for dramatic effect. You know how bad it'll be if the servers are broken when Smash comes out, when they have online play and dedicated servers?
Tell
I
me.
guarantee you, this shit's gonna go down. That's what's gonna happen. The N on the Nintendo building is gonna go down purposefully this time.
Don't be mean. But again, we love Nintendo. You know what? I own a PlayStation 4, a Nintendo Switch, a 3DS. I own a PlayStation 4 because I love these systems. And you know what? This is something I've loved for decades. But
I'm not,
we have to
and
call
like
it out.
nobody should be picking sides. This is a team effort between all consoles. Doesn't matter what exclusives are going out. Everybody's in this because everybody owns technology. Everybody owns a console, and we should be rather focusing on rather than hating each other for a game, or Spider-Man's only on the PS4, suck at Xbox kind of thing. We should be like, okay, well, I mean, we all have the console. Like, some people can't afford it, but at the same time, we're all fighting the online service on every console now.
We're fighting the loot boxes. We're fighting the season passes. We're fighting all these
We're fighting the
nickel
loot
and
boxes of the
diming,
world, guys.
nickel
We're
and
all in it
diming.
together.
But okay, I gotta end this with asking you one question. What do you think the next Nintendo game they're gonna port from the Wii U to the Switch is gonna be?
Oh, that's a good question. I've been asked that like twice this week too. Okay, so let's just right off the back. It's not going to be Pikmin. I could say that. I would, if there's a hope versus reality, I would hope that Wind Waker comes out. I feel like that'd be a very easy seller, really quick for summer at least. But reality, I would expect like Wonderful 101 to come out, which is a very weird one to come out. But that one didn't really get as many sales as they'd want. So what I would expect them to drop and be like, guys, this is a massive game. It's coming to the Switch, and people are like, oh yeah, I guess I didn't get to play it. I didn't have a Wii U, so this must have been big. It's from Nintendo. It's Platinum too.
Yep.
I can't think of any
this
other really
one just for Joey. Metroid Other M. Yes, I said it, Joey.
Oof. Oof.
I know that was
You
on the
think?
Wii, but just to mess with him.
Oh yeah, other M. I hope the other M comes out. I really
I just
hope
want to do
so.
that to mess with Joey, but no. My real answer, I was thinking the Wonderful 101 as well.
Yo, imagine X like an X and X2 kind of situation where you have to get Metroid Other M to get the extra like to play like the first level of Metroid Prime 4. That would be
Uh,
the best. That would be the best middle finger, and I would buy that middle finger.
okay, I'll give my real answer now because I just wanted to say that because Joey's gonna watch this and I had to mess with him. And
Will
plus, I said
he?
Wii U game. Maybe. I feel and I think this would be a smart move for them, Nintendo, to actually do Star Fox Zero. Without the Wii U gamepad, that game would be way
That
better
would be
for
fun.
us.
That would be a lot more fun. Actually, you know what? They're still gonna keep that feature, and guaranteed, because you could use that with the Switch. And I'm just gonna be upset the entire time.
I mean, one,
They
it'll
just
give
love making me
fans a
mad.
Star Fox game that they've been asking for.
To be honest, Starlink is gonna Ubisoft, my boys. They made a good Starlink trailer during the direct.
You
We
mean
didn't
they
say
made a
it,
good Star
but
Fox trailer, you mean?
they made Star Fox trailer looks amazing. Starlink is definitely going to be the game I'm going to be playing in October with Kyle. I'm just probably going to take a flight to Colorado or wherever the hell Kyle is, Ohio, I think.
He's
No,
in
Utah. I'm just going to go to Utah to his door and be like, you ready for this? Da, 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 da.
All right. Well, that is our weekly episode. We'll try to get back to our podcast later on this week because it's been a while, even if it's just me and Alan again. Just been some crazy times.
It's very tough. It's update channel wise right here, a little tiny tidbit here. It's tough to keep a channel going. It's tough to keep a website going. You could get the news, but you got everybody who still has a life. Chris has got work. I've got work. Joey's got 2 days a week. Everybody's got work.
So we're
go
really
to school.
Really
we
hard,
have lives.
You go to school?
Some of us are, no, not yet. I'll be going full time hopefully soon, but not right now. I got goals here, man, but right now the goal is to keep the channel going with hopefully more content. So if you haven't subbed yet, go sub, go follow. We're going to be having more content. If you want to go check out the latest video, I did a reaction on the Nintendo Direct, and hopefully we'll have more of those in the future. I really want us to, content-wise, make a lot of stuff weekly.
But thank you guys for watching, and we'll catch you next time.
Thank you so much.